Hey everyone, welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. Tonight we're talking Prison Break, Episode 5, Contingency. And tonight on the show, Trainer Plane, Cyclops goes on the hunt, and in studio live, Amin El Gamal, the actor who plays Cyclops, is here with us. Stick around, we're going to talk.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I see what you're doing there.
Yeah, I'm dropping stuff.
Hey.
This is what she do in the video, though.
Hey everybody, welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. Tonight, we are all mucho excited to welcome Amin El Gamal, who plays Cyclops. Thank you so much for being here, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's introduce ourselves real quick. My name is Daniel Lindgren. You can follow me at @TheDanLindgren on Instagram and Twitter. MJ.
And I'm MJ, and you can follow me on Instagram at MJ, that media girl. Girl, what are you?
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Miss Candi Marie, and you can find me on Instagram at Miss Candi Marie and on Twitter at Sweet Candor TV. Let's go.
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Oh, no way.
All right, here we go, guys. I'm super excited that Cyclops is here. I had a wardrobe malfunction. That's why I got awkwardly out of my seat, but I fixed it. Does it look good?
That, you really nailed it.
Did I nail it?
Yeah.
Notice.
I was like, is that me?
Notice the right eye, right? Is that the right one? God, tell me I'm right.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're right.
Thank God.
You're right.
With the little crack. He got it. I mean,
Yeah.
he got the
Did
little
my
crack right
research.
there.
Wow.
Everything.
Well, actually, I had
This
a
is-
whole prosthetic piece, which you only see
Wow.
like, a few times, but I wore it every time.
You wore it even though you didn't have to?
Yeah, it was actually super painful.
Now that must be really weird. Like I feel awkward right now just only seeing with one eye. Like
Yeah, try having like something.
It's like an eye
glued-
patch,
glued
right?
To your eye.
Oh.
Yeah, well, yeah. They gave me some options when I was in
Right.
props. They were like, do we want to have like a makeshift eye patch or like a scarf or something? And I was like, I think it would be cool.
Oh, you suggested
If-
this.
Yeah, if he was, because he's sort of like a dork. He's like a dork gone horribly wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
And I was like, it
mean,
would be kind of nice to have like, you know, he needs his glasses because he needs his prescription, but then like his eye is super scary, so he kind of just put some tape over it.
Wow. Well, we know how that happened.
Yeah.
Sheba made that very clear in the
Yeah.
last episode.
Yeah.
your character does like some unthinkable things.
Yeah.
How was it playing someone like that? Were you like? Was it weird taking on those characteristics?
Yeah, initially when I auditioned for it, I was sort of like, this is crazy. This is like, you know, you see me as I am. as a person.
Totally different from the character.
Yeah,
Which
I
is-
was like,
Right.
how is this possibly going to work? But I think they were kind of smart to cast it against type because it adds a little bit more nuance. He's not just like, you
Yeah.
know, a video game bad guy who just shows up at all the wrong times. I
Right.
feel like I gave him a little bit more, at least I'd like to think I gave him a little bit more
Depth.
Depth, yeah.
I mean,
You
very
did.
believable though. You're a completely different person. So you are
Thank you.
acting on the show. This is good
Acting.
stuff.
You don't always get to do that.
And you know
Sometimes
what?
just yourself.
I want to say that your character, Cyclops, he's just like that character. It's like, oh my God, why is he back? Like,
Yeah.
he would piss me off and annoy me, like every single time. Now, how exactly did you channel that character?
So, I am Arab American, and so when I went into playing, this is the first time I'm playing someone who's sort of a terrorist. So I didn't go in lightly. I was like, I really have to do a good job. So I did a lot of research into like why people join ISIS, which led me to like ISIS recruitment videos, which is a rabbit hole no one should have to go
Oh
through.
my! There's
It's
people
really
watching you now
scary.
because you
Wow.
watch
Oh,
those
I think
videos.
they were already watching.
Oh wow! All right.
But yeah, and trying to get into the psychology, and there's like several different reasons that I came up with. The one that was most compelling to me was a sense of lacking a sense of belonging or feeling like you're not part of something or that you're helpless. And I could relate to that. I was like kind of chubby as a kid, and I was bullied a lot, and was sort of like, I don't know, I was a dark kid. So I forgot that I did this, but I stumbled upon it recently. I wrote down in a notebook maybe like 10 pages of all the things that I'm insecure about and all the times I've ever felt less than.
Front and back.
Yeah.
Whoa, 20
Yeah,
pages?
I
It
don't
was 20
waste paper.
pages, guys.
It was a lot. There was a lot. Like, and then this one time, this happened, and so just going, that really helped me get into that sort of place. Thinking about someone who was wounded and who, on the inside and on the outside, I sort of made up my own backstory, which you get glimmers of in the show. You know, it's an action show, and I have a role to play as the villain, so we don't dwell so much into the backstory, but My history with Sheba was very revealing. I was like, I probably have never had sex. No one's probably ever liked me. I probably was like an orphan kid. And all those things sort of build up. And there's obviously some like psychosis. He's not a healthy, normal person.
Yeah.
Right.
But you see, like in this episode too, a little bit in the first one that I was in, that there's this kind of repeated gesture where he keeps wanting to join, and they keep saying like, no, you can't, you know, and that I think that's what eventually drives him to a place of total insanity.
Yeah.
Right, because he's never accepted. I
Yeah.
mean, just the part alone where he says, and I'm skipping forward just a little bit, where he says, I call the shots. Like, for him to vocally say, I call the shots, that means that he's never been that person to call the shots. So
Yeah.
now, like, he's feeding off of the power, you know, and he's appreciating that. Now, have you ever had, like, a time in your life where, you know, it was like, oh, my God, like, I'm in control, like...
I don't know if I've ever felt super in control, but I mean, as an actor, you're basically, you know, shat on most of your career. So I think there's a sort of resilience that you have to have, and you have to sort of believe in yourself before anyone else does. So even just in that way, I could relate to it. But it was very satisfying to say those lines. Though we were in Vancouver at a train station, and it was 4 a.m, and I only got one take of that line, and I was sort of like, that's it? Don't I get to do it again? Because it's one of my few moments where I'm like on top and not being punched by one of the brothers.
Were they just all ready to go home at that point, and you were like...
Yeah, they were like, it was a long day, and they were sort of like, we need to get this going.
What
But
was
it's interesting because part of it was in Vancouver and part of it was in Morocco, and it's so seamless. But there was sometimes like weeks in between the two. And that scene, I thought they did an especially good job of cobbling together the stuff in Morocco and the stuff in Vancouver.
Yeah. Did you, were you a big fan of the original 4 seasons of Prison Break?
I'm embarrassed to say that I did not watch it.
Disappointed.
I know.
But when you-
It's okay.
But when I got the job, I immediately like Netflixed it.
Yeah, right. No, it's, hey, I mean,
Me
what are
too.
you going to do?
Been there.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with
And
that.
I got super into it. Like there's definitely nights where I stayed up all night, like,
Me
what's
too.
happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
I think it was cool because it did what TV shows are doing now, but what not a lot of shows were doing back in the day, which was like make TV that looked like a movie, you know? And that was super gritty and dark. And I totally get the appeal. I mean, especially now in a world that seems sort of chaotic, this is literally like escapism, entertainment. Like, not only, like, they're escaping. It's Prison Break.
Literally.
But everything, like, the world seems, like, impossible, and yet there's always a solution to everything. And I think that brings people comfort and makes them feel, like, okay in this sort of uncertain world.
Right, and I think it your character just added a realness to it. You know, it just added this whole nother element that people, like you said, can't relate to, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of, like, they had to, you know, they overshoot stuff, so there's a lot of trimming in scenes, and there's moments where I was like, why did you have to cut that?
Oh, you got to tell us one story of something they cut
Tell
of
us.
yours. Of
I
your
wanna hear
scene. And my eye's on fire, and I'm taking this off. It's weird having... This eye feels very bright now.
I mean, try having to do, like, elaborate fight scenes with, like,
With
limited peripheral vision and no depth perception.
Wow.
Like, at one point, I was like, I might be punching Wentworth in the face. I don't know.
So I'm
Were you-
sorry.
How sorry he is.
Well, not to get off track, but were you driving that car at night? Was that actually you driving at night with one eye?
When I got T-boned?
Yeah, when you
I
when
do
you
some of the driving. I didn't do the T-bone stunt. That was a stunt.
Well, right,
double.
right. I just meant like you actually driving with the one eye though. That must have been
I have
interesting,
in
right?
Morocco, and the stick shift, and I don't drive stick, so
Oh,
I
that-
stalled a lot.
2 issues.
Yeah.
Can't see, can't drive.
They
really.
They were like, here, learn in 5 minutes in this like
that was good.
sand, the little parking lot that's all sand. So that was a challenge. But I do have a driving double. I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, because that
Are we going to
that
see you some
T-bone
more
was
this
intense.
season? Or was this the last time we will see you?
All right, at least tell us one of the deleted scenes that you're in that you really wanted in the show, because I think the fans at home would really like to hear that.
This one's not very interesting, but I got bronchitis when I was in Morocco.
Your character or you?
I did.
No, he did.
And so one of the scenes in episode 2, there's a scene where they see me coming. Like, it's sort of unexplained how he finds Sheba in the 3rd episode, but there was an explanation for that, but we couldn't shoot it because I was so sick that I was
Wow.
like I was like kind of incapacitated.
That's
So you
interesting.
messed it up.
I
You
know.
messed it up.
I know.
MJ, he's our guest.
That was one thing. I'm trying to think
MJ.
what else. That first scene was a little bit longer. most of episode 3 was still in there. That was all shot in one day, and that was my first day, and that was terrifying.
Yeah.
You were just nervous?
I was nervous. It's like an attempted rape scene. There was a
Well,
fight
yeah,
that I
of
didn't
course.
even think about and that I didn't learn. So I was like, kind of like, ugh. I didn't, yeah, and I hadn't really found the character yet, so I was like, it was scary.
No one, I guarantee
really scary.
nobody at home noticed though, man. You pulled it off.
Yeah,
did a great job.
it's so funny. I thought I was gonna be fired. I was like, they're for sure
Really?
not good. They're sure gonna recast this because this was just ridiculous. But it kind of worked. It worked at the end of the day.
Wow.
Now, we have a live chat that's actually going on right now,
Oh,
and
sweet.
tons of people that are tuned in. And
Awesome.
Ivan Soto, what's up, Ivan? It's always great to have you back. Ivan says, do you enjoy having a bigger role than you did in, I guess it was the Librarian? Because you did
Oh.
a short cameo in The Librarian, and he said
Yeah.
that. Do you enjoy having a bigger role in this series?
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a more multi-dimensional role. The cool thing about APEP, the character I played in The Librarians, is that he was in there throughout the whole season just possessing different people, so I felt like I sort of was in there. And the last person he possessed was Vanessa Williams.
Ooh.
So I literally come out of her mouth.
Do you have her number on you right now? Because I'll just take it down.
I
on mine.
actually do.
Oh, you do? Okay, good.
But I can't.
After the show,
give-
He's
I don't
the
think she'd
bachelor of the
appreciate
show.
it.
We'll talk. We'll talk after. We'll talk
And
after.
then-
We'll talk
She's
after.
married. I met her husband.
Isn't she married to Nick Lachey? Was
That's
it?
a different person.
No.
Who am I thinking
You're
of?
loud and
Williams.
wrong,
Oh
Dan.
my
I'm
God.
loud and wrong.
You're loud and wrong.
Tell me something I
You're
don't
thinking
know.
about Vanessa Manillo. He's saying Vanessa Williams.
Yeah.
Both beautiful.
Who's
but they're-
hotter? Who's hotter?
They're both pretty
you-
hot.
here- here's the
Nice
right
looking.
answer.
That's such
Both
a
of them?
guy question. Who's hotter? They're both
Vanessa
pretty hot.
Manillo. Vanessa Williams. All right, I'll look them
Well,
up. after this.
anyways,
Beautiful,
stay
but yes.
focused.
Anyway.
Are we getting another
Um,
season? This is what I really want.
Everybody wants to know.
I've heard through the grapevine that Wentworth and Dom are totally down, but there's been no, nothing is confirmed. So it's possible, but it's not. We never went into it thinking there would be one, and we thought that was going to be it. But I don't know. I really don't know.
After all these years, to bring it back, they have to continue. Like, don't
Yeah.
bring it back just for one season.
I
Right.
think
People would go crazy.
And it's a short season too. It's 9 episodes.
That's what I just said. It's a short
Listen, the
season.
live chat is going crazy right now.
Oh.
Everything is just going crazy. If
Okay.
they do not bring back season 6, just let them know it's going to be chaos. It's going to be wreaked upon Fox. So let them know right now. The people aren't having it.
I think they hear you. It's just a matter of logistics and schedule and
Yeah.
to see if Paul, the creator of the show, wants to go forward.
The last we
So,
see you.
I have nothing to tell you.
The last we see you. Yeah, well, we'll get something
It's
out of you.
Vanessa Williams.
There we go. The last we see you is you are handcuffed. You're handcuffed to Sid.
Right.
Can you at least tell us if you're going to be in the next episode? I think, and my prediction is yes, you are going to be in at least one more.
I don't know
episode.
about the next episode, but I feel like you're gonna come back.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a
the
good
pattern
prediction.
seems to be
They
me
all-
getting the, ish beat out of me and then reappearing. So maybe.
I think you're going to get your butt kicked by ISIL because you screwed this up. I think they're going to say, you know
that
what,
could
this is
happen.
why.
They're definitely not. I'm like I've been saying this a lot. I'm like the Ted Cruz of ISIS. Like, even ISIS doesn't want me.
But you're still there. All right.
But I still, like, yeah, I'm sort of going, I'm putting it all in. I'm decided that this is what I want to do, and I'm going to prove everyone wrong. And I don't think, I'm just going to say, like, his journey is not done. That's all I'll say.
I knew it.
That means you're coming back.
Because Michael should have just freaking killed you right then and there.
I know,
That's
but
what I
then
killed
Jaw was
you.
like, don't waste your time on him, and I was like...
But he just killed Sid. I was so sad because I was
Yeah,
really
I'm like,
I
hoping
kill
know.
that Sid
him.
could have
Because
gotten
he
away
knows where y'all
safely.
going. Kill him
Yeah.
and leave him.
Well, something else that got cut, that fight was a lot... The struggle between me and Sid was a lot longer initially, and we worked really hard on it. It just had to be... It just didn't make sense that we'd be fighting for that long when there were so many people. Like, it felt like they would totally win. So that was something else that was cut. It was weird. I'm like an out gay actor, and I'm Muslim and Arab. So it was interesting, and Sid is that character on the show. So it was interesting. I don't know. I guess I could go all like pop psychology on it. It's weird killing this side of kind of felt like a different part of me, and then being like chained to him.
Oh, yeah.
Felt like an
Wow.
interesting, especially
That's
that
very
Cyclops is
powerful.
like the most like, he's trying to prove his masculinity the most, the
I'm-
hardest. There was a line that was cut also that where I was like, "Don't insult my manhood" or something like that. So I feel like you get that without it being said. But
You did some acting, man. That's for sure. After telling us all this stuff today about yourself, like you're doing it on that show, and I really hope that we get to see you in at least another episode, and then you need to die because you're Cyclops and you're mean.
Yeah, I mean,
Come on.
By the end of the season, you just have to die. That's
Like
just how
I
it
would
goes.
love to see Lincoln and Cyclops again, because Lincoln's already
Ooh.
kicked your butt when you were trying to rape Sheba.
yeah, both brothers have now punched me out.
Okay.
Lincoln always
So-
falling for the girl that's like coming to help them. He always falls for them. This is just how it was in the old season. Like he always falls for them.
And
Some
it's so
things never
it's so
change.
dope how they grab little things from every single season and they just flip it around, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you. Now somebody in here, they just asked and pertaining to your character, they said that they want Link to kill Cyclops.
I think
Why
we all do.
Link specifically?
Well, we
Yeah,
already
Because of what I did
know.
to Sheba, or
We already
Cyclops
know
did,
how
not me.
Link feels about you. I think that's why. I think we already know.
I mean, I think, yeah, I can't say anything about that. I mean,
All right,
there's
fine.
literally nothing we can
Let me
say.
ask you this, and let's see if we can get you to answer this. Who is your favorite Prison Break cast member to work with? See, this will be at least answer. Give me something. Give them something. They want to know. They want to know who's most fun. Who told the most jokes? Anything you got.
In-bar lobby. Thank you. In-bar lobby was the most fun. Like, when we went, she plays Sheba.
Sheba, yeah.
And when we went to Morocco, we would kind of like, we were just a mess. We would go around trying to like buy rugs. And
Give us
do
behind.
all these
Wait,
Such a great place for
rugs
rugs.
or rugs?
Rugs.
rugs like
Rugs or rugs?
Moroccan rugs.
You can buy a
Oh.
hair rug, a wig or
What's
something.
a hair rug?
Yeah.
They
I
call it
don't
a
know.
rug, like a weave or something. Yeah.
They call
Yeah, I'm
these
wearing
rugs?
a weave now.
Shut up.
No, I'm kidding.
Well, my hair's
Wait,
falling out, so I have to know
never
about buying a
heard
rug. You call
hair we've called a rug.
I mean like a guy when
Might
he
be a
loses hair,
regional
they
thing.
call it a rug.
Oh, like our
Really?
president.
Tell me, somebody's
Right.
called a
Oh, like,
like
yeah,
that
that
rug.
guy.
Let's not go there. Anyway, I'm sure you're right. But no, we kind of were like got ourselves in like kind of awkward situations around town, and and Inbar would always get us out of them. Like she would
how did
always
she
know
do
how
that?
to bargain people. She'd always know how to get us like when we were doing stupid things in Morocco, get us like safe. She like called the shots, and she was just really fun. She always had a sense of humor. It was really hard to be an asshole towards her because she, as in the character, because she's just so lovely.
Because you guys are so
Love her.
close, yeah.
I would, and besides that, I would just say Wentworth. It was a really calming. He's very like wise and you know
I
kind
can
of
see that.
introverted and like sort of.
Very
he
much
was
how his character is.
yeah, and he was very supportive of me. And he's also someone I really look up to. I mean, he's a very brave guy, as much as he shared about his personal life. And so being on the show with him was really lovely. And Augie, too, Augustus Prue, who plays Whip, is like so much fun. We definitely went out.
Now you're just naming the
I
whole
can tell.
cast. He's just naming the whole cast. He likes
You
everybody.
can tell
now.
Whip
Name
is kind of
dropping.
fun though. Like his
He's
character is
a whole
funny.
lot of fun.
Oh my god.
I mean, the thing is when you're in traveling so much with people and you're just like, you know, like there's times when we're working really, really hard. And then there's times when we're just hanging out and we don't know anyone else in town, so we're hanging out together. And all the people who play the Middle Eastern characters, like they were just all lovely. There was not a bad seat in the whole cast.
They were all local cast out there, or
No,
They
they
were
were from
shipped-
all over.
Wow,
like,
nice.
Like Abu Ramal.
Well, I didn't
is
mean
from
like
Germany.
the main cast. I mean like the
Oh.
extras and stuff. Or
Oh,
anything
the
like
extras,
that.
yes. The extras were all from Vancouver or Morocco, depending on where we were. That
Right.
big ISIS scene that we
Right.
shot, which was terrifying. That
it
was
really?
also like 2 a.m.
It was terrifying.
Yeah, it was terrifying. I remember me and the director Guy were like, "What are we doing? This is really scary." But the extras were Moroccan in that, and there was maybe 200 or 300 of them.
Jeez.
They thought it was
Wow.
hilarious. They were like, "We hate ISIS. This is so funny." Ha ha
Right,
ha. But
right.
as like an Arab American person who has to
Right.
deal with like issues of representation,
Mm-hmm.
I was sort of like, "What are we doing? This is like, where are we going with this?"
Yeah.
what was like the biggest challenge for you, like with this character, with the character of Cyclops?
Besides finding his internal life and not judging him, which was a huge challenge. The physical stuff, I think, wearing the prosthetic, which sometimes really hurt. I did a lot of like fight training. I was in boxing training for a bit, and had to learn how to shoot a gun, which you saw in this episode too. So that was all challenging, but it was nice to have that challenge so I didn't get too in my head about the character. I feel like when you have physical stuff to do, you sort of are like focusing, you know, I'm so worried about not punching out Wentworth for real or not like, you know, stalling the car that I couldn't be too in my head about it.
Yeah, because you don't know how to drive a stick and you only have to
Yeah.
ride in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We've got. Oh, go on.
I was going to say, you know, aside from having, you know, Mr. Amin in studio with us today, we don't want to forget about the episode because today's episode was
Yes.
extremely intense.
So much is going on.
Now, I think that we saw more of you in this episode than ever before. You know, we really saw you as a villain. We really saw you as a bad guy. What did you think overall of this episode today?
When you're working on a show, you're usually like very engrossed in your own track. So like I'd read the episode and I knew what was happening, but I didn't really realize how much they're packing into 40 minutes, you know? So I was kind of just astonished at the skill that it took to do that. I liked my little moments in this episode. I was sort of like tickled, especially the, you know, like I call the shots now moment. I was like, yeah, you do. And I was really proud of it because that last scene was actually the last thing we shot in Morocco.
Oh, okay.
Not the last thing I shot exactly, but the last thing that we shot in Morocco after being there for almost 3 weeks, I think. And so that was amazing. I really was happy with how that turned out. Like the moment where like, you know, we don't know if Sid is going to live, and then Cyclops is sort of laughing hysterically. I was sort of, I was like, this is fun. That was actually Wentworth and Augie's idea, actually, that whole,
Very nice.
to make a more of a moment of him passing away in that way, and my reaction to it. So that was really fun. Yeah, so I end up being handcuffed to Sid.
And you refuse to tell us if you're in you're in another episode, right?
He said
We can
the
ask
character
that.
is not gone.
I'm just gonna keep asking until he says yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's more for the character, but not a lot more. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, so we're looking at. I'm thinking one more
So have
episode.
you seen
Candy,
the whole season already? Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know how everything ends.
Yeah. Well, yes. Fox gave me like 4 hours to stream the stuff on like an access code. So I've seen them. Yeah.
We've only got a couple more minutes with you. Any more really cool
Oh, yeah, are there any
audience
questions
questions
from the
before we
peoples?
let him go?
Let's see.
And then we're gonna talk about the episode.
All right. I mean, you know what? To be honest with you, I think some of the people, they just really want to hear what he has to say about today's episode. You know, today's episode was very intense. You know, Jacob, which is somebody that we don't trust Jacob.
Yeah.
You know, as an actor, just as Amin, you know, how do you feel about Jacob's character?
Do you believe his story?
Not as Cyclops, but as Amin.
I have major doubts about him because things keep popping up, but I feel like I believe him right now.
Wow,
I
you
don't.
believe his story.
I
Really?
don't, and I don't think Sarah believes him either.
Don't get MJ going, Amin. Come on.
Well, I think like, you know, I mean, obviously like trust no one, blah blah blah, but I can see a world where he's just trying to do his best and he's been in some unfortunate situation.
Oh, for sure. But I'm with MJ. I think that he's
I
very
believe
full
him.
of it. Yeah.
What if
Yeah.
he's Poseidon? Everybody thinks that Jacob is Poseidon.
That's
What
true,
if
I mean-
he is Poseidon?
I'm not 100% sure no more if he's Poseidon.
Why?
Sure it is.
I'm not.
I
I
mean,
don't
knows.
know. I
I
don't
do
know.
but
I'm not 100% sure, but I definitely don't believe his bull crap story he gave Sarah, and she don't believe it. I could tell. I can look in her eyes when she hugged him. She ain't believe him.
yeah, I feel like she has reservations. I think he still has a way to go to prove himself, but I
Yeah.
don't know. I can't say
I
that
felt
would
like
know.
she should never showed him the picture. Like
Yeah.
I would never
She
confronted
revealed
him
too
so
much
quick.
too soon.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
feel
another
like she
thing we
shouldn't
have to talk about. You gotta go.
I have to run.
Can you shout
Yes.
out your name again and also any
Yeah.
future projects you're working on? Because I know everyone watching is gonna want to know what else you're working on. So go for it. Right to this
Hi,
camera.
I'm Amin El Gamal. I play Cyclops, as you know. My Twitter is Amin El Gamal, as is my Facebook, AMINELGAMAL. And I'm on Instagram at Feisty Pharaoh. Look up how to spell it. It's complicated.
Feisty!
I just recently worked on the show Transparent on Amazon. And I'm in a film with Chadwick Boseman, Alfred Molina, and Luke Evans called Message from the King,
Jeez.
which I think will be out sometime soon. So check it out.
Yes.
Thank
it
you
has
guys
been
so
such a
much for having me.
pleasure.
Of course, man.
I'm off to live tweet with the West Coast.
Tell them where they can watch you there too. How does that work? I don't even know. Tell them all about it.
I'm going to be live tweeting. There won't be any cameras on me, but I'm actually going to Whip's house. And we're going to live tweet together, so maybe we'll take some pictures.
So go on to your Twitter right now is what you're saying. Go on to his Twitter.
So if you want to talk to him, talk to him on Twitter right now because he's about to live tweet.
Yes, guys.
Mwah, mwah. Ciao.
Thank you so much.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Thanks for having me.
You got it.
Thank you.
And take your money.
Now, that was such a joy to have him on the show.
That was great, guys. Awesome.
We've got some more awesomeness to talk about in today's episodes. Now, C-Note finally got to the plane. And it was so unfortunate.
Thought he was gonna leave them, but he was really trying to stay.
You know what I did? That was my prediction. I did think that he was gonna leave, and it was just so unfortunate. But they did have all these women and children on this plane, you know, so they had to take care of them, and that's something that we see a lot. That is traditional in a lot of shows. But what are they gonna do now? You know, ISIL is coming for them in the trucks. They've got the guns. You know, they're about to crash through this gate. What are they gonna do?
I don't know.
They're gonna call up Sucre.
Sucre is gonna come back. I really believe.
As much as we want Sucre to come back,
Sucre is gonna come back.
What is he gonna do? What is Sucre gonna do right now?
No, nothing.
He could do something.
What is he gonna do?
Sucre know hella people. They got hella gifts and help him out when the time of need.
Right.
He always come through for Michael. I think Sucre is gonna be coming back.
I think he will come back and do something in America. I don't think he's going to do anything.
You know, it'd be cool
Yemen.
if C-Note got off the plane and Sucre was there, and maybe they have some type of conversation. They try to plan things from back in America. I would really enjoy that. So that's a good prediction, maybe.
Now, I think it's great that you guys are really excited about Sucre, but one person that we do have to talk about and give props to is Ja. Ja, he's just like,
it's on my list. It's on my list.
I honestly did not think, I thought he was going crazy. I did not think that he was setting up a trap for ISIL. I thought that was so genius.
Stuff everywhere.
I thought that he was like, you know what, screw it, I'm over this. Like, I thought he was giving up.
No, I knew he had some type of plan. Nobody knew what it was. But I knew it had something to do with fire when he started pouring that gasoline. I knew it was gasoline.
When I saw him drinking a bottle of 95% alcohol, I was like, this man is crazy. He really has a problem. Like, he has a serious problem.
Apparently, rubbing alcohol makes you really smart. And Ja came up with an excellent plan somehow throughout all of that.
Man, like, I have to give, that was a pretty badass move. And it also showed us why Ja's character is needed. Because I feel like sometimes it's like, he's smart. Why is he here? But then he always comes through at the most random moments. And it's like, wow, okay, I see. But I feel like he could potentially be the next one that might be killed off because his storyline isn't consistent.
But Scofield even mentioned in earlier episodes that he's smart. He just had the drug problem.
He just had the drug problem.
Yeah. But now he's clean, and he's been coming through on the clutch.
So do you think that we're going to see more of his character coming through at times, where they need him the most?
I don't know if he will make it to the end of the season, but I think he'll continue to, pull his weight.
I feel like his drug problem is going to be what the thing is that takes him out at the end.
Because who knows, Will might not even make it to the end.
Ooh, wow.
I think Ja's going to make it to the end, and the ending song is going to be We Are the Champions as it fades out of the whole season. I'm serious. Why are y'all laughing?
Dan the man.
And when that happens, y'all
never cease to amaze me.
When that happens.
Now.
Van Gogh and A&W, are they really arrested? Did Jacob just make up that whole thing?
I think it's all made up. I think it's
made up.
Me too.
For example, if he is Poseidon or if he is high ranked and, this organization that they're a part of, he has the power and the ability to make them do that.
Yeah.
And they know that this is just all for show because they're playing with Sarah's mind.
Yep. I don't trust anybody. Hey, what happened to Mike in the episode The Son? Where did he go? Where does he end up? I have no idea where he is.
He was at the parents' house. She picked
him up.
She picked him up and put him in the car.
She picked him up and put him in the car.
And she went to her best friend's house, and after that,
I don't. Oh, by the way, y'all trust her best friend? I think she's working with Jacob too. Boom. I swear, yeah, I really do.
You think so? Why is that? What led you to believe that?
The way, everything's fine. You're in love with this man. Oh, by the way, did you all notice she says her name is Sarah Scofield? She never changed her name to Ness.
Yeah, I did notice
is Jacob's last name.
I did notice that.
And by Ness, I mean Loch Ness Monster. He's a monster. He's Poseidon. He's a monster.
Yeah,
and
I did.
Poseidon's
That's
in the
actually-
water,
wow.
and Loch Ness Monster in the water.
Wow,
Oh, okay,
that's
I
actually
see that
pretty. Look at you.
Wow.
Look, Dan's going a little deep today, guys.
Right.
Yeah,
Look
yeah,
at
yeah.
Dan.
But I didn't notice
Deep in the
Scofield.
water. I mean, whatever. So yeah, sure. All this water's talk. Yep, great.
Now, I was really sad that we didn't really get a lot of Theodore Bagwell in this episode. You know, I think
it's
feel-
fine. It's fine. You got song. We didn't get Sucre. Same thing, right?
Right.
We didn't get our Sucre. You didn't
He's
get
gonna
tea back.
come back. He ain't spilled his little tea. He'll be back. He got new hands.
I do love. I did love his conversation with Sarah at the beginning. He said
Right.
he called him the hubby. He called
Yeah.
Jacob the hubby, and then he's like, "You're sleeping with the enemy." Oh, it's also he steals the show even in like 3 lines. He's great.
He's gonna be back though. I'm pretty
Oh my
sure.
God.
'Cause him
Pretty
and Sarah,
sure? Come on now.
Him and Sarah are gonna work together some kind of way.
Yeah.
Cause I'm pretty sure Sarah gonna tell him, and he gonna be like, no, don't believe him.
Right, right. And I have to say this: all of our, a lot of our live chatters are saying that they don't trust the best friend either. He said Sarah better use the tracker on Ness.
Yeah.
A lot of people say don't trust the best friend. Listen, guys, I understand that
She needs to throw that phone away. Did she get?
she just needs to just lose contact with this man altogether.
Because
Like,
they even
just-
said they tracked her phone.
Exactly.
Like she needs to throw the phone away. I knew she was getting tracked through that phone when he called the best friend. Dead giveaway, and she was like, "I think they're
Right.
tracking me." Yes, they're tracking you.
absolutely, absolutely,
That's how you know you can't
Absolutely.
trust Jacob. They tracking her phone.
absolutely, absolutely.
I still don't understand why Sarah showed her cards so early though.
Me
Like, that was
either.
weird.
Me either. I wasn't expecting her to do that. I thought she was gonna like kind of play it along.
I
Yeah.
thought she was going to
whatever.
do a lot of double acting. She's acting as Sarah, but then she's also acting to Jacob. I thought it was going to be really
Yeah,
cool. And I was
me too.
excited
Yeah.
about that. I was like, oh, maybe she'll do it for
But
a long time.
I think they also want to show how confused she is. You know, she's torn between, like the best friend said, the love of her life and this new love that she has. She really has no idea what to do, and I think they did a really good job showing that through like her facial expressions and her body language this
Yeah.
episode. They really showed her confusion. I think they did a
you
really good job
you
of
think
that.
that she still likes
think she-
Jacob
I don't
a
think-
little
I
bit?
don't-
Really? I think that she's done with
I think-
Jacob
no,
already.
No. I think that in the back of her head now, before I think she was blinded by love. Now I think that she's like, I don't know. Like she really just doesn't know, but she know that something's not right.
Can I make a thing? I think when she found out that Michael was alive, Jacob just done with him. Like, I mean, she can talk to him still, but like her love for him is nothing compared to Michael. So when
Yeah.
she found out,
Right.
that's what I think. But that's just
Right.
me.
And then when she found out all of this, it was kind of over. Especially since now we know if he is Poseidon or he was sent, then after Michael told the whole story on why he had to do this and stuff like that, they had Sarah with this guy to make sure that Michael didn't contact her,
Right.
didn't come and
Watching
contact
her. Mhm.
Basically, yeah.
Did you see that though? In like a flashback, they show
Michael
Michael
watching.
following Sarah.
Yeah.
Because he's
How-
a ghost, like a ghost.
How could he do? How could he get that close to her and not just say?
Because,
wrap his arms
because
around
if
her and
he
say, "I
would've
love
done
you," you know what I
that,
mean?
Maybe she would have been killed.
Of course.
Or somebody
I'm
would have
just
been killed.
saying, maybe just me and I'm not
as a
that
human,
strong.
as a human.
But
And
Michael-
why would you put yourself in that? Why did Michael put himself in that position then?
Well, he probably didn't do it that often.
He was probably also just looking over her, kind of like as a way to protect her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
like
just too
I mean,
hard.
to me, if I was her husband, or if my wife and I had to watch her from a distance, I would watch her from a distance, but also like try and protect her if I can. And she doesn't have to know how she's getting protected. But
Damn, girl.
I'm just saying, you know, like.
We need more flashbacks.
Like
Am I
a
right?
spy,
Yeah, we do
kind of
need
like as
more
a spy in a
flashbacks.
sense. You know, if he needs to take somebody out because he sees something that she can't, then that's what he could provide.
Of
But
course.
I also think that they know that he was spying on her too.
You think so?
Maybe
Oh, you think
that's,
Jacob's allowing it?
No,
Or
no,
at Poseidon,
I'm not
I'm
saying
sorry,
that
Poseidon,
because
we don't know.
I don't think that Jacob was in the picture then when he was spying. Because if you
But
notice,
if he's Poseidon, then he's always in the
He's
picture. no?
always been in the picture.
That's my thing.
I see that, but what I'm saying is I don't think that. I don't know. Guys.
No, go for it. No, go for it. Go, give us it. Give us.
I'm just simply saying that I think that he was spying because you know he could protect her in a sense. You know, like he's just making sure she's okay, she's fine.
Yeah.
Not to mention their son. You know, their son. So. But what I did enjoy was seeing Michael when he said, I need to take a break from making decisions. So to see Lincoln step up and to see Michael relieve that was really, really cool too.
Yeah, I
Because
wrote
we
down.
don't see that a lot. It's always
No.
Michael making all the
All the
decisions.
decisions.
And this time, Lincoln had the plan. Lincoln was like, no, we
Right.
need to go here. We need to do this.
So to answer your question from earlier, like what are they going to do now? Michael finally admits he's wrong, and he says, Lincoln, let's do the plane thing, right? Maybe now that plane's gone, they try to think of get another plane somewhere else. They can travel to another airstrip somewhere else. But if Lincoln really thinks that the plane is the way to go, and Michael is now on board, like you said, because he finally admits that he's wrong and he gives up leadership to his brother, who, by the way, came all this way to save this guy's life. And Lincoln, the man that he is still like, all right, I'll go along with your crazy plan of hopping on a train still. That's love right there.
Well, because he said,
he just didn't want to, he couldn't leave him. I thought for a second Link was going to just be like, nah, screw, I'm out of here.
I never thought that.
He's
But
not outta here.
everyone was like, he got us this far. Like he's got out of, he's been breaking people out of prison, broke out of prison himself. He broke Sarah out of prison. Like Michael is too smart for his own good sometimes.
Yeah, he is. But I think also sometimes, like, he needs to listen to some of the people around him. And I think for the first time, we saw that in this episode.
Yeah.
So that was nice. Like, it was like a transfer of power between him and Lincoln.
From the preview for next week's episode, they in somebody's truck and they in the desert going, but somebody gonna find them at the gas station.
They always have all these resources,
right?
which
Don't
is
they?
really cool. Like, they always have all these resources.
She was said to find Omar, and he should be able to help you some kind of way.
I don't trust Omar. Omar is the guy that just keeps doing all this shady crap.
He stole the passports and stuff,
He
right?
stole the passport.
Well, he
yeah,
actually
he
didn't
took the money.
steal it. He didn't really steal it.
Right.
Well,
He didn't steal it. Yeah, it was a trade.
Yeah.
But he didn't hold his end of the bargain.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what I want to see? I want to see how Sid's father reacts when he finds out that his son is dead.
That's gonna be a horrible scene.
It's gonna be horrible. And I hope that he doesn't take it so personal to the point that he goes on Isil's side, because technically, if you think about it, Michael did promise that he would bring his son to him.
Sid's
safely.
father is not on the plane with C-Note, is he, or is he?
I believe he is.
He is.
I think so.
Michael,
That's interesting.
And he always saving some young man that he found in prison. That's how it was in the past season. He got attached to this one guy, and his dad ended up helping them get out of prison and stuff like that.
In Sona, yeah.
Yeah,
In Sona,
yeah.
the young kid, yeah.
Now, the live chat, they want to ask, they said, panel, do you think, and this is from our girl Amanda Capelli. Hey, Amanda, thanks for joining us today. She says, do you think we're going to lose one of our favorite original characters? That is a great question.
No.
What do you guys think?
I want to know which one she thinks first, because
What do you think, Amanda?
think
Which
so.
character do you think
I don't think we're
that
going to
we
lose
would
any
lose?
of.
Not the original, no.
No.
Well,
no.
I mean, you know.
you got okay. So you can
We
name
got
him, but no.
Kellerman already dead. He was the original. That's the only one we need to die.
And he's
And I really didn't want him to die.
You
Right.
don't think they're gonna lose anyone, Candy, right?
Well, I don't know. I think that they want to keep us at the edge of our seat, so I think that there could be a possibility that we could. Or maybe it may appear that they're getting killed, and they don't.
Just like when Scofield, we thought he died.
Exactly.
And by the way,
they do that to us all the time.
To answer your question about earlier, if it's going to be another season, I think there will be, because Mike and Link, aka Lincoln and Wentworth, they're the executive producers. If they really, like he said, really want to make another season, they can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they really want to, they're definitely making another season.
Right.
I hope so.
And then
'cause I'm all here for it.
Ivan said we already lost one of the original characters. It was Kellerman.
Yeah,
that's true. So
Yeah.
we just lost
That's what I'm saying.
Kellerman last episode.
That's all we need. We don't need nobody else from the original cast to die.
I think the
I
fan
really
base
didn't even
would
want
lose
him.
it.
All right,
I
let's
really
do
didn't
this
want him
then.
to
If
die.
you had to choose someone that you think might die, you have to just pick one.
From the original cast?
From the original cast, I'm going C-Note. Yeah, I made it. I'm not sitting on the fence. C-Note, he's done. But he's not. He's in America now, or whoever they land. I think he's going to be fine. I'm just saying, I think his storyline, I don't think we need his storyline anymore.
I guess.
I think the other characters there have bigger storylines.
I agree.
What are you going to say, Miss?
Man, this is such a hard one.
I know you're not choosing Theodore Bagwell.
Of course not. I can't
Even
even
though
talk right now.
in theory, we should all be picking him because he's like he's like evil.
Nothing's
Yeah,
gonna
but
happen.
he brings
You know what I
so
mean?
much to the show.
Exactly. He thinks that's
right,
not happening.
of course it's not happening. I'm just
I
saying
think
in theory.
what I do think is potentially Sarah's life could be in danger more than anybody else.
That would be
it's
nuts.
Because
And
she
then
is
Mike
on the
and Mike are
ground.
alive?
She's right next to Jacob. So I think if anybody could potentially, I don't think she's going to get killed, but I think that we are going to see her life in danger much more than everybody else very soon.
So let's tell our predictions for next week.
Yes.
What you laughing?
Because the way you say things is hilarious. Now let's set it up. I just love you. Like we're setting a table. All right, let's do it. Let's tell
What is everyone's predictions for next week?
Wow.
Candy, go for it.
Man, I don't know.
There we go.
One thing I do want to say is
You're
I do want to say
AfterBuzz
that I
TV
do think Sarah is a lot smarter when it comes to Jacob. But I do think that there is a lot of conflicting emotions going on within her. I do think that they're going to try and threaten little Michael. I think that he's going to get involved some type of way, and that's Sarah's heart. And I think that that's how they're going to throw Sarah off her game, because mentally they know that a mother's child, like that's her heart, that's her soft spot.
All right, so you think something's going down with little Mike?
Yes.
All right. I think that they're going to make it back, C-Note and all those people, and I really do think that maybe this is how Sucre finally gets involved after, and I'm not trying to make a joke out of it, I'm serious about this. It's 4 episodes left. They've got to bring one of the favorite characters back, which is why I think we should try to get one of the writers on the show, because that'd be fun to be asking him why didn't you put Sucre? I mean, I know he wouldn't really fit with what's happening, so I get that as far as like what's his
Now,
purpose.
if they would have let him come to Morocco.
All right, what do you think?
I think that Sarah she's gonna investigate Jacob even more, and she's gonna try to figure out like how can she keep her son safe and how to get to Michael or bring Michael. I think she's gonna end up contacting Lincoln, and they're gonna tell her what's happening, and so that's gonna be her position to like try to find a way for them to get back in the United States.
Right. Yeah. I agree. And then I think her and Cino are gonna link up some kind of way, because he's on the way to the United States now.
I think Teabag might even help.
Well, let me. I was just gonna say that to make Candy happy. Here's my new prediction about Theodore Bagwell. I think he might do something courageous to help little Mike somehow, and I think that we're all gonna be like, oh,
wait. Theodore is gonna help little Mike.
Little Mike, maybe help
I
him
think
out.
he's turning over a new leaf,
Well,
guys.
this is not proof yet. I'm just
So
saying.
Teabag want to know why he got this new hand.
Also,
He does wanna find out why.
Ivan revealed to us we do have some super dope people. Ivan said that Sarah Wayne Callies, who plays Sarah, confirmed that she never loved Ness. She never loved Jacob. Never.
Could my predictions be any more right
She
right
never
now?
loved
My
Jacob.
goodness.
I mean, of course she couldn't, because her heart was always with. But she does like him.
Here's
she
my
may
thing
not
though
love
with
him,
that
but
though.
she does like him.
If your love of your life passes away, you can love again. I mean, I've never lost a love like that, so I don't know. But I'm saying I think that you can love again. So I'm not sure that she never loved Jacob. My thing was she loves him not anymore because she knows Michael's alive.
Right.
But I feel like But none of the viewers want that anyways.
I want to say this.
What's up, dude?
My birthday was this past Sunday.
I know. I wish you happy birthday.
Thank you. But the best birthday gift would be
Oh God, here we go.
having Theodore Bagwell on the show, guys.
Oh, can I make?
And he gets to sit right here.
All right. Well, let me make
Next to
let
me.
me make an announcement before we wrap up. Then
All right.
I talked to his publicist again.
Are you guys ready for this?
Robert Nepper will be sitting next to you, right there in that seat, come the series finale on May 30th.
Yay! All right, guys, you heard it here first. Theodore Bagwell will be joining us on May the 30th.
Yes, we're very excited. Very excited. I mean, we have so many questions for him. It's insane.
Oh my God, so many questions. Did
Start-
you do your prediction?
Did I?
Yeah,
we
we
did.
all did.
I
Okay.
We all
did
did
a
our
bunch,
predictions.
Okay.
did a bunch. I think we should wrap everything up, ladies. Any final words? Any final hashtags? What was this episode best described in one hashtag, ladies?
Man, perseverance. Hashtag
Ooh,
perseverance.
hashtag perseverance.
They persevered a lot in this
Yeah.
episode.
I got my hashtag ready. What's yours, MJ?
I don't have a hashtag.
My hashtag is Mike and Link would make the ultimate superhero. Hashtag that.
There's such a long
Together,
hashtag.
the muscle with the brain, the ultimate superhero.
You know what? I want to say hashtag Lincoln is a badass.
He is. My
That's my
voice
hashtag.
went up. I'm so excited. I love that. All right, anyways, my name is Daniel Lindgren, guys. You can follow me at @DanLindgren on Instagram and Twitter. And also, please follow my comedy at Booyah Vision on YouTube.
And I'm MJ, and you can follow me on Instagram at MJ, that media girl with a U.
Yes, guys, and it's always such a great pleasure. I'm Miss Candi Marie, and you can find me on Instagram at Miss Candi Marie and on Twitter at Sweet Kendora TV.
Thank you, everybody, for watching AfterBuzz TV Prison Break. Woohoo!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you
The views
later.
expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.